Hello, welcome to this video blog in another chapter of a twin flame story. So one day, in the midst of our interactive communication, the many times we broke up and we continued communicating anyway, he tells me that he's been in contact with a girl he used to like very much when he lived in Ecuador. He was actually born there, but his father was Swiss, so he was able to go and live in Switzerland when he decided he wanted to go. And he starts telling me about this girl. He said, well, she's married, she's got 3 kids, and she lives in another country. Yet, I used to like her very much when we were back home, and I never said anything to her. I just liked her, but since I was such a shy guy and with so many issues, psychological issues going on because of his family life and how he grew up, he never said anything to her. And now he found her on Facebook and they were in contact, and he told me that he was in love. He was in love with her. Can you imagine how crushing that was for my heart at the personal level? And so when I found out that, I said, well then, you don't need me anymore. You have somebody that you can share your stories that possibly can help you better than me, because you do not pay attention to anything I say to you, and the help you need to have regarding your process, go to a psychologist and whatever, blah 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 blah. He was always wanting to hang on to receive maybe my help, my guidance. And he would tell me all the time, all I want from you is your guidance. I'm not involved with you in an emotional way, in a personal way, but everything that happened between him and me was at a very personal level in our interaction, and at the spiritual level was even more intense. Obviously, the spiritual experiences only happened to me, they didn't happen to him. So, I was like, okay, that is the only reason I'm going to keep insisting in participating in this situation, in this relationship, in spite of my feelings for him and his rejection to me, because I really want to find out what's going on. And besides, it was impossible not to pay attention to all those strange things that used to happen. And so we continued to be in contact, and he would tell me about her quite often, and I would always ended up hurt in every single communication. I wanted to end the relationship, and I would say every other day, okay, this is it, we cannot do this anymore, this is too painful, you know how I feel. And he would say, okay, well, why are you abandoning me? Don't leave me. I said, but you have somebody else, you don't need me anymore. And he says, no, it's different. My relationship with her is different, though I share with her many things that I've shared with you, and I've never shared with anybody. I've only shared with you and now with her, and you help me open up so I can start doing my life. And I said, but she's married. She has 3 little kids. Think about it. What are you wanting to accomplish here? And says, oh no, I'm not in love with her. I'm just, I want to have these feelings for her just to myself and whatever. And says, oh God, this guy, he's a mess. Anyway, so I said, okay, well, I really don't want to continue in a communication very often. You're always hurting me. And he says, but I'm not hurt. That's not my intention. I don't want to hurt you. I simply don't want to hurt you, but you get hurt. And I says, yes, I get hurt. Obviously, I have feelings. I'm human, and as much as I want to be the spirit manifesting in the matter, I am this matter with all this ego and these feelings. And so how do I get over that? I can't. I mean, it seems that that's quite impossible, but life would prove me to be a little wrong about that. So on this moment, one day I had a dream, a very lucid dream. That was, I think, the pinnacle, that was the high peak of understanding unconditional love. And what this dream was about is like, I was with him. Actually, he was with me, because I didn't want to be with him, but I had no choice. And so he was with me, following me everywhere I went. And I had to go to the post office. So we went together to the post office, and we were looking through some information, and I found this brochure about a shamanic retreat, and I felt, oh, this is really what I need to finish my awakening process. That's how I felt in the dream, you know. And so I looked around and saw that he was concentrated someplace else. And I said, oh, this is the moment. I have to leave without him seeing me, so he doesn't follow me, and I'll go to this place to end my training. And so I went out from the post office into the street, and I was looking which way to go, and suddenly I hear him calling me and says, God, why are you here? And he says, you called me. And I says, I didn't even mention your name. And he says, yes, you did. You said, come, my love. And I said, what? In the dream, I was having this conflict. And I says, what? I didn't even say that. And he says, yes, you did. And then I realized that it was my heart calling. And he heard my heart. So he tagged along. I says, oh my God, well, what can we do? I still wanted to find a way to get rid of him. So we were walking, and we arrived at this park, huge park. And there were different roads. And he decided to take one road, and I decided to take another road. And I said, oh, this is it. Oh, finally, he took one road and I take another one. I won't have to see him again, and I can go my way. So at the end of the road, we meet again. It was like this road went that way, mine went that way, and at the end of the road, we met again. And I go, holy moly, what is this? Why are we meeting again and again and again and again? It seems I'm not going to be able to get rid of him. Okay. By then, I accepted, and I says, okay, just let's walk along. So we went walking uphill to what it used to be a tennis club that I grew up in. And we were sitting outside, and my dad and a very close friend walked by, and they turned around and looked at us with that jealous, possessive look, like saying, what the hell are you doing with this guy, you know? You don't belong together, or something like that. And he turned around after they went by. He turned around and looked at me and says, why are they jealous? At that moment, at that precise moment, maybe it was by the way he said it, the intention and the energy that he put into transmitting me this idea of why are they jealous, I really got it. I got this feeling that we are one. He and I, we are one. And there's nothing that can separate us. There's nothing that can, cut the relationship and send us in different ways, or we're just one. We're one. And for the first time in my life, even if it was in a dream, I had no fear whatsoever. I experienced what it was to live without fear. And there was this sense of pure, unconditional love that it was a natural state to be in for us. It was totally natural. There was no desire. There was no need to desire him sexually or have a desire to be with him. It was just natural to be together. It was, we were totally free of everything, especially fear, because the essence of this connection is oneness. The essence of what moves us is that we cannot be separated. I understood it somehow, but then I had to process this information, and it took me like three or more years to process what I had experienced, and I held inside of me the feeling, but then I still had to process myself at the personal level. I had to find a way to align the emotional body with the spiritual body in order for the unconditional love experience to be complete. It would take years for that. I don't think I have even reached the total alignment. I'm a little more aligned with it, but not completely, because I still have to work over my personal desires and the emotions. I'm doing my best to express the feelings behind that symbolism, behind the experience of this lucid dream. And obviously, it has been something that has helped me every single time I go into my emotional mood of, oh, he doesn't care for me, he doesn't love me, oh, he rejects me. And I go back to that dream and I remember that, and it helps to keep me going. It helps to keep going, actually. In spite of that, I said, to a point, I said, well, does this mean that I have to endure the personal relationship, or can we just be together at the spiritual level but have no contact whatsoever at the personal level? I don't want to keep on going through this hell with him at the personal level. But we will find that out in the next video blog. If you want to share your experiences, if you have questions, please feel free to share them in the video blog at awakening.goipath.com. Under this video, you can share your experiences and place your questions, and I'll be glad to address them if there are questions. Your experiences also help to nurture and give feedback for people that are going through similar situations nowadays. There's a reason why this is happening for a lot of people, and we'll get to that some other time. Thank you very much, and until the next chapter.